Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Foist AEW Dynamite review. Right here on the new Wrestling Jesus channel. Subscribe today. New Year's Smash, folks. Another free pay-per-view or whatever, I guess, there. The last show on TNT, boy, because they're getting an upgrade, downgrade. We've acquired the NHL. We're still under contract. We're not moving. We're under contract. You're being sent to TBS, but we'll give you a couple of shows on TNT. We'll give you some specials. Okay, thanks for the upgrade, guys. Big upgrade, folks. So next week, they're on TBS. Do they put on a good show to try to suck in the viewer? To try to get him to go over to TBS or whatever? Not only do you got to try to retain viewers, but you got to move him all the way to a new channel and all of this there. What do they put on? A fucking boring jobber show full of boring tag team matches. Like, in the main event, it was the big trios match, folks. There's another trios match also on the card, but this was the big trios match there. Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly, they defeated Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends. Just the usual bullshit match there. This Kyle O'Reilly, his face, he looks like such a fucking goof. You know what I mean? Doesn't look like he's even seriously trying to look like a wrestler. His face, the way he's moving in the ring, he just looks like a big fucking dork. You know what I mean? Like a big odd goofball of some sort. O'Reilly accidentally kicks Adam Cole or whatever. The Young Bucks jump in for the interference, giving Fish and O'Reilly the win. That's Red Dragon, folks. They were in Ring of Honor. They were called Red Dragon on the Indies. Ho-ho! So Red Dragon gets the big win or whatever, and Adam Cole was hugging the Young Bucks and holding his face, and he was very sad that O'Reilly kicked him by accident. They win the match, but he's very sad he was accidentally kicked there by O'Reilly, and O'Reilly's just looking at him with some kind of goofy face. Such bad acting, like terrible, terrible acting. Everybody in this match, the Best Friends, all three of them, like O'Reilly and Cassidy at one point. O'Reilly goes to kick Cassidy, he holds his foot, and O'Reilly's doing some kind of tough guy face, and then Cassidy starts to try to do a tough guy face. They both look like fucking clowns. Like, none of these two guys are tough. You know what I mean? Like, they just look like buffoons out there, especially at the end. It don't even make sense, really, that Cole would be mad at O'Reilly. He kicked him by accident, whatever. Like, earlier in the night, they talked a little. Listen, I know we have heat with each other. And then they do a goofy thing like this. He kicks him by accident, which is so fucking cliche or whatever there. We're not gonna do the same tropes here in this company. We're gonna be different. So then, you know, the Such terrible acting at the end. It's so obvious it's fake, the show. It's so obvious they don't even try to look like they're really arguing. It just looks so goofy and fake, you know? And that's the finish for this fake free pay-per-view or whatever. And this is just before they move to a different network, you know what I mean? There's a big match next week, Adam Page against Bryan on the new network. You would figure they would be on the show. You would figure Hangman would be there to promote the big fucking switch to the new network, the title match next week. On the other free pay-per-view or whatever, they have to have a free pay-per-view every goddamn week in this company or what to get rating. McMahon, oh, he brings back an old guy. He's desperate for rating. They have free pay-per-view every fucking week. And that's not desperate, that, for fuck's sake. But you would expect the champion and Bryan, who have a big match next week on the new network that the whole thing has to move to. It's possibly going to be a 1 hour match with judges, boy. The indie fans finally get their dream. Maybe Meltzer will get to judge the match in person. Is that what they're going to do there? They're going to have Meltzer judging the match. Then all the indie fans are going to jerk off the hardest that they've ever jerked it to see their wrestling hero, Meltzer, to judge a 5-star match in person. The cream will be all over that fucking building, folks. You know what I mean? But they finally get their dream. Wrestling is a sport, boy. Next week they have judges. Fucking shit. You know what I mean? But they're not there to promote the match. Bryan's not there. Hangman Page is not there to promote a big match like that. Retarded. They're fucking retarded, this company. It's unreal. Instead, you have Danny Garcia on the show. You know, yeah. Where's Hangman Page? This is retarded. Like, you had a CM Punk promo, a boring promo with no real direction. He starts off, you know, Jim Ross, it's good to have you back. I'm happy, Jim Ross. You know, he's cancer free, of course. Then he jumps into Brody Lee, you know what I mean? Oh, like he goes from Jim Ross cancer to Brody Lee pandering, just cut a promo to try to impress people there. You don't need to use people's sickness and a dead guy to try to get over there, bud. Enough there. You know what I mean? They're so obvious, this company, you know? Like, and then he says, if you don't think Brody Lee made an impact, then I feel sad for you. If you don't think he made an impact, you never met him. You know, I never met him, but here's the facts. He was there very short period of time. Here's the deal. There's a narrative with him. You know, he left WWE because Vince mistreated him, didn't push him. You know, he gave him the Intercontinental Tag Team Championship. You know, maybe he would have done more. Who knows? There, probably not in WWE. There, when you have Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, not everybody can be champ. But the narrative is that he was misused. He took a bet on himself. He went to AEW and he proved WWE wrong. He proved he was a legit main eventer. That's what Jericho said on the tribute show on television. He proved them wrong and he proved he was a legit main eventer all along. That's the narrative. And then Punk says here, If you don't think he made a big impact, I feel sad. Well, here's the thing. I feel sad the man died, but he did not make the impact that they claim he did. And they do all this to try to make WWE look bad. The facts are he was there a short while. He was associated with a jobber group. He won the TNT title for 2 weeks and Cody won it back. How is that proving he was a legit main eventer and that WWE was wrong about him? How did this happen? It didn't. The big impact that they claim happened just didn't happen. It's not that people are bad, it's the truth. You know what I mean? It didn't happen. He won the belt for 2 weeks. Some people think he lost it right away because he was sick. They made him lose the belt, but they don't want this out there. They don't want people to think this because then it looks like they made him wrestle when he was sick. You know what I mean? So, why did he lose the belt right away after 2 weeks? Who knows? I don't want to get sued. I ain't even insinuating anything, nor am I even thinking about what happened or whatever. But if you're going to claim that he did a big impact, where is it? You know what I mean? It didn't happen. It sucks that he died, but the impact wasn't there. So yeah, what else did Punk say there? So he pretty much tried to use Brody Lee to look good or whatever, and then he talked about MJF. MJF's too scared to fight him, blah, blah, blah. And he proved that he was better on the mic and in the ring than MJF. MJF destroyed him on the mic there, but I guess Punk won just like Brody Lee made an impact. I guess you can just invent things that didn't happen or whatever there. Danny Garcia and 2.0 defeated Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz. Again, Danny Garcia, a skinny fucking jobber who looks like a 16-year-old. How many of these teenagers do they need on the roster? And why is this guy constantly burying all the stars in the company, Danny Garcia? He's worthless. He's worthless, for God's sake. Who is this kid? Why is he beating everybody up? 2.0, they call him 2.0 because they're the 2.0 version of the Young Bucks or whatever. Basically, they're rip-offs of the Young Bucks. When you have the real Young Bucks on your show, why hire the wannabes? Keep the wannabe Young Bucks on the indie circuit where they belong. Why would you bring in wannabes when the real team is on the show? What's the fucking point of this? And why have this trio of throwaway jobbers beat three guys that the fans like? Nobody really cares for real about Santana and Ortiz there, but they like Kingston, a couple people. And then Jericho comes out to save his friends because they win. Then they attack Danny Garcia and 2.0. They're beating up Santana and Ortiz and Kingston. Jericho comes out with a baseball bat, I guess. One old guy with a baseball bat, Sting wasn't enough, so Jericho, he's the new old guy with a bat now, I guess. When you reach a certain age, you just come out with baseball bat, I guess. I don't know. But Jericho comes out with the bat. He chases away Garcia and 2.0. And then randomly Kingston. Why is Kingston teaming with Santana and Ortiz? First of all, I have no fucking clue. Jericho comes out to help his friends, and then Kingston starts giving shit to Jericho, which makes no sense. Makes no fucking sense. Kingston, they're my friends. They're my friends. You ain't shit. And now they're starting a feud. Kingston and Jericho out of fucking nowhere for no reason. So Kingston, the past few months, he gets beat up by Danny Garcia 2.0 multiple times, gets beat in matches, starts a feud with CM Punk randomly, and now he gets beat up by 2.0 and Garcia again, and now he starts a feud with Jericho out of nowhere. What kind of psycho booking is this? Like, what is this? You know what I mean? There's nothing better for Kingston. Like, in between feuds, he gets beat up by Garcia. Like, there's no other way to fucking get in. Yeah, fuck. And here's the deal. I don't want to go too deep into this there, but Eddie Kingston, he was involved with Pac and the Lucha Brothers. Pac and Lucha Brothers were in a group. Just like Jericho and Santana and Ortiz are in the group. Eddie starts to team up with the Lucha Brothers. Pac shows up and Eddie Kingston, no, these guys are with me. It's the same thing. Same thing. They put Eddie with two Spanish guys. Then he wants to fight with the leader, Pac. Here it's Eddie again with two Spanish guys, and Eddie wants to fight against the leader of the group, Jericho. It's the same fucking thing. The same thing, like, and neither of the storylines made sense, like, honestly. This company is bad. You had Jade Cargill defeated Thunder Rosa. A bad match there, fucking a 1.5 star match. I mean, and then somebody with a mask comes out and hits Thunder Rosa or whatever, and Cargill gets the pin. She takes off the mask. It's Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez. She got released by WWE. She's good, in the fans said. I mean, she takes off her mask. She makes a tough guy face. Jesus Christ, put the mask back on. You look better with the mask, for God's sake. But, so Mercedes Martinez mistreated by McMahon. She's beautiful. I mean, she's gorgeous. So now apparently Mercedes Martinez and Jade Cargill are aligned together. Two women who look like men working together, I guess. I don't know. You both have manly bodies, so let's put you as a team. All right. Then you had the fucking 5-on-5 tag team match. Hardy, Private Party, FTR, Jungle Boy, Lucha versus Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, Christian, Lucha Brother. Like, gee, it's too much tag team. Too much. Too much. Who fucking cares, man? Why do you got so much boring tag team wrestling on one show? What's your fucking problem? What is this? Like 5-on-5. And I don't even know at the end. Hardy, Private Party, and FTR win. There was some arguing with Lucha Brothers and Christian that causes a distraction. FTR get the pin on Christian. So are Lucha Brothers gonna fight Jungle Boy? Are they gonna fight FTR? Like, at this point, I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, I think At least the Young Bucks as the champs, at least, I don't know, it wasn't good, but like it's better than Lucha Brothers. Like Lucha Brothers, like who cares? Honestly, they don't cut promos. It's just two guys having the same fucking match every week. Like it's boring. They're boring as the tag team champ. I hope Jungle Boy beats them for the belt or whatever. But honestly, there's too much tag team. Like, again, I understand there's a narrative out there, right? Tony Khan is Mr. Opposite. There's a narrative that McMahon mistreats the tag team. He doesn't push tag team wrestling as much. Maybe because it doesn't make money there, but like, you know, maybe that's why. But they talk like McMahon is immoral somehow for not pushing tag team because that's what people want. People want to pay $50 to see the tag team title in the main event. That's what people want. Let's get real, you fucking goofs. You know what I mean? Like, but the narrative is that McMahon is mean to tag team wrestling. But Tony, he loved tag team wrestling. So they go out of their way to put a whole bunch of tag team wrestling just to be opposite of McMahon. But when they do this, they're hurting their own show because nobody gives a fuck in reality about tag team wrestling. And you got too much of it. And it's boring. You know what I mean? You could have had a decent one-on-one match to end on a high. Instead, you do some weird, goofy shit with Kyle O'Reilly. Like, what the fuck is this, Um, Too much tag team wrestling. It's no good. You had Dan Lambert burying AEW, burying Tony Khan, burying the shit out of Cody Rhodes. And then Brandy Rhodes came out to defend her man, just like she did against Shaq and Jade Cargill, the same kind of deal. She took her shoes off and she wanted to fight Dan Lambert or whatever. You know what I mean? Um, like and she said Dan Lambert is a less good version of Paul Heyman. This is just like a remake of you're a dollar store Miz or whatever, a less good version of Miz. She says Lambert is a less good version of Paul Heyman. Lambert is the best talker in AEW. They're lucky to have him there. He's too good to be there, quite honestly. There, um, but he ain't trying to be Heyman. This shit made no sense. You know what I mean? And then she says she wants to fight Lambert. How the fuck does this make sense? You tell me. Like, how is it believable that Brandy Rhodes is gonna go in there and beat up these dudes or beat up Lambert? Lambert says I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He says everybody watching the show right now would love to reach out and smack you in the face. He says if I can beat a guy to do it, then he's like, come on, or whatever. Like, who's the heel? Who's the face here? Like, is this to make Cody Rhodes look good that the woman comes out to fight his battle? Like, I don't know what this was supposed to be. Sadly, it was the best segment of the show, honestly, there. You had Wardlow beating a jobber. I think they said it was Colin Delaney. I could be wrong there. I think Colin Delaney was in TNA or something. I don't fucking know. Wardlow beat a jobber. Where they're going with these weekly Wardlow matches I don't know. Usually you start fighting jobbers, you know what I mean? You don't be in the company, then 3 years later you start wrestling jobbers, but it is what it is. You had a bland promo from Brian Pillman Jr. He's gonna get revenge or whatever. Very interesting. Honestly, a horrible show. Like, just boring from top to bottom. Boring match, bad acting, nothing good in this. Nothing. Every match was the same. Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly, they win by cheating. Danny Garcia and 2.0, they win by cheating. Jade Cargill, they're all heels. It's all heels that won. Jade Cargill, a heel who wins by cheating. The heels win the 5-man because of like confusion, interference kind of deal. And then Wardlow beat a guy that's 300 pounds skinnier than him or whatever. That's the show. And CM Punk, we like to send the fans home happy. Like, you have Cody Rhodes that the fans hate winning the belt on Christmas. We like to send the fans home happy, and they fuck the fans over on Christmas. And for the New Year's show, it's all heels. And it's all garbage. Like, who's happy with this, for God's sake? Who's happy with this, for the love of God? Like, wake up, for fuck's sake. This show is trash. It's garbage. Holy shit. Horrible program. Very horrible program. This company has no chance of beating WWE. No matter how bad WWE is, it's better than this. Like, it's just the way it is. Kyle O'Reilly doing a goofy face like a fucking goof. And that's how you end the big show before changing network. Retarded. Meanwhile, Hangman Page and Bryan aren't even on the show. Stupid. Fucking stupid. Until next time. Peace.